If you're an avid reader, you may have heard of the book The Women by Kristen Hanna. It's about the women who served in the Vietnam War. It's very popular and it's shining light on that much maligned war and also inspiring a series of lectures by local author Nancy Lynch. Lynch corresponded with troops as they were serving in the Vietnam War as part of her column. She's documented those stories in her book, Vietnam Mailbag, and is sharing those stories across the state right now. Nancy Lynch addresses the Ocean View Cheer Center. Her audience comprised of veterans and non-veterans alike, listening with rapt attention as she tells the story of the real women of Vietnam.
An Army Nurse Corps Lieutenant Diane King of Wellington sent me one of the very first letters.
Lynch shares stories about local men and women who served, just like Dean Levering.
We went over there. We didn't want to go. They told us that's where we were going. That's where we did. We did what they told us.
Lynch's lecture is based on her book, Vietnam Mailbag, comprised of letters she received from our troops as part of her 5-year newspaper column during the war.
There's nothing else like it. As far as we know, no other state had a journalist corresponding one-on-one with his or her troops in Vietnam. To me, that's remarkable because, and I'm almost annoyed at that, because mail was so important to these guys. You know, it could make or break their day, so.
Through Lynch's work, unknown heroes come to life.
Lance Hall from Lewis originally, Air Force, he's an expat now. Larry Gum from Millsboro. He was both mayor and a fire chief in Millsboro. He was in the Navy and was a medic.
1, 2, 3.
Real women.
Lynch now travels the county, state, and country, not only raising awareness, but changing opinions, and maybe even some healing.
I actually think now that people have started to gain some respect for Vietnam veterans, because there's more and more books coming out now, more and more truths being uncovered about what actually went on over there, that people are starting to realize that not everyone was a baby killer or a murderer.
Lynch says her book fulfills a promise she made to her guys, as she calls them.
His words mean something. They really, really do.
A tribute to the troops, so many just teenagers who, whether they are here or not, are no longer forgotten. Lynch's lectures continue throughout the state, and we have the full list and more on Lynch herself right now on coasttv.com. For Coastal Connections, I'm Madeline Overturf.